Okay, my plans for tonight were actually a photo shoot with a model. That's not going to take place because she messaged me to say she's done a test and it's come back positive, unfortunately. Hope she's okay. But I'm now going to do something a little bit different. I've got my, well, it's not mine, this is Jed's A9 with the 14mm 1.8 G master on it. So I figured I might as well do something. Looks like we're going to get a fairly nice sunset. So I'm going to do a little POV style video with this setup. Obviously no filters because I can't get a filter on there. I don't have any system that will go on this. So there'll be no filters. It will be just straight up landscape, seascape stuff in and around Old Portsmouth, and I might dip into Gunwharf Quays when the lights come on. That should be quite good fun. And 14mm obviously is going to be very wide. It's the only system I've got, and hopefully some of the shots we get out of this are going to be fantastic. So let's get into this. We're going to come back with the POV stuff on the Garmin, and I'll show you. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Let's do this. Speed that right up. ISO is an auto, we don't want that. Let's go ISO 100. Oof. Nice, we can even get closer. Let's have a look, see what we get here. Let's do a quick bracketing shot. Change this setting by turning the device mode. Oh yeah, look, yeah. I forget the A9 has got all the dials on top. Let's do that. Oh, bracket. Hey, there we go. Look. Right, a bit fast. That's what we got here. Okay. Let's go low to the ground. Let's get. They're going to be wide. Look at that. That's good. So we bracketed there. Very quick shot bracket. If you don't know how to bracket on your camera, it's worth finding out how. Let's go back. On my camera, all my changing settings are on the dial, but with this one, you change it on top there, which is quite nifty. I need to do a review of this camera because it is a pretty awesome camera. This is a nice place to come to pretty much all the time. I do a lot of my workshops down here. And this is Victoria Pier. The tide is out, so I might actually go down on the beach. Be quite nice. And if you can see, God, it's very wide. So I'm touch focus at the moment, which is quite easy and good to do when you're doing landscape stuff. You can actually use bits and pieces there to make sure. Oh, look at that. There's some mid-tones. Look at that sunset. It's going to be amazing tonight. Now I could go with 2-second timer. Let's have a look. This is giving me a 2-second timer, so I can do that. It's often quite good, especially if you're handheld or you're on a tripod that you want to, if you're doing slightly slower shutter speeds, which we will be doing later, means you won't get any camera shake. Okay, so let's get down on the beach, get a bit closer to some of these bits down on the beach there. See the sunset over there, other side of Gosport. Well, the Isle of Wight down there, but the haze is going to make for some really nice colourful sunset tonight, hopefully. So all this stuff down here, when the tide's out, it's often quite nice to use as compositional elements. I'll talk to you all about the using foreground interest in a lot of my photography. Let's see if we can't get. Might be worth bracketing again for this one. Let's bracket. Get the mid-tones about right, and then bracket in this kind of light. 3 stops under, 3 stops over, and then we can use something like this as our So in there we can look, we've got an image for the shadows, which includes all this down here. We've got an image for the midtones, which is there, and an image for the sun, which is over there, which when combined in Lightroom later will make for a rather interesting image, hopefully. Let's have a look at some more of these bits and pieces here. I love this. It's really nice. I wonder if I can get underneath this and frame the sunset. Maybe even get the pier. Look at that. That's quite nice. I like that. Another bracket shot. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. And we've still got fairly fast shutter speed that I can handhold these rather, and mid, yeah, loads of detail there. Love that. The sky is just really nice. I'm getting sprayed from the sea here, so I'm not going to hang around too long, and in fact we're going to make for a walk around towards Gunwharf. I hope we can get enough time in. So with a wide angle lens we can get fairly close to the pier and have that almost massively. Let's see if we can get a composition between that rock and these. Include some of the foreground. I love the seaweed here is wet. That's quite nice. Let's get that pier nice and big in our composition. I hope we don't get splashed. Let's move because the sea is going to splash me, I think. So look, yeah, very nice. Look at those clouds. Yeah, I love that. Right, let's mosey on. If you've ever come down to Old Portsmouth, you see this path down here. This is the Millennium Walk. If you follow this, it'll take you all the way around into Gunwharf, and we'll be following that today. So we've got the Bridge Tavern over there, which is actually really, really nice. The sun's hitting the side of that with the mural on the side. I don't know if you see that. Let's see if we can't get a nice picture of the sunset. Move a little bit further around. There's some nice boats down in the foreground, which is quite nice. I've done a panorama from here all the way around from the Spinnaker Tower all the way back round towards the marina. It's really nice actually. That ice down there, look at that. Wow, okay. Let's see if we can't get a nice one of the Bridge Tavern. We'll do a bracket again, I think, which would be quite nice. Now I'm at f7.1. I just want to get, remember to do a landscape photography, I want to get as much in focus as possible. I'm using touch focus, makes it easier when you're on the go just to tap on the screen where you want to focus on. That's quite nice though, I like that. The actual walk goes around the outside, but you can walk down through here. It's quite nice. See the Ben Ainsley building. Is it Ben Ainsley? I want to say Ben Ainsley. I could be wrong. Someone will probably correct me in the comments. But we're now back on the Millennium Walk. You can see down here the Millennium Walk. This will take us past the ferry that goes to the Isle of Wight ferry, White Link, and around the side of that into Gunwharf. You see up there, if you're new to Portsmouth, that's called the Lipstick Building for the obvious reasons. For those that live in Portsmouth will know that. You can walk round, but the quick route through to Gunwharf is down the side here from the ferry port. You see I'm still following the Millennium Walk. There's White Link. All this car park area is quite new. And then you have Spice Island over there, which is the pub where I'm usually at. It's the point which people do look over towards Spinnaker Tower, which is up there. Let's have a look. My advice, if the sun's out and you point into the sun, bracket. If it's not, you don't generally need to bracket, especially if you've got a high-end camera. The A9 is going to be able to take care of the dynamic range here. I'm shooting for the sky. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. And let's have a look. quite nice. I can probably get rid of a bit more of the sea. I don't need so much of the sea down there, but my advice, if you ever come down to Gunwharf Quays with a camera, don't bring a tripod. If you do, there's a good chance you'll be kicked out. This is private land, and the company that runs Gunwharf don't like photographers with tripods. I once tried to do some commercial work down there, went for all the right channels to organise it, and it never happened because of the amount of liability they wanted to cover. And even through my professional photography for commercial work, I didn't have enough liability for what they wanted. They wanted 50 million liability and so much an indemnity, which for the weddings and other commercial stuff I do, I don't need that much. So didn't have it. Okay, so the sun's kind of gone behind a cloud, so we've got a bit of diffuse light at the moment, which is actually quite advantageous when you want to shoot during the day. And obviously Spinnaker Tower has got a load of harsh shadows all over it, which is good. So you can use things like foreground. I've done this shot before. This is one that's kind of done to death, but let's shoot for our highlights again. So we're getting a nice sky, and we can get this fella in there. Let's have a look. Let's get a bit closer actually. We can have a look at another shot that's done to death. Keep an eye out for security. I'm sure they'll be fine when I'm just hand holding our cameras everywhere, so there's a good chance. To be fair, I know some of the guys who work with security. There's a good chance they already know I'm here. Once got a really nice shot from over here, and I'll show you that shot in a minute. At night or a bit further on in the evening, blue hour type. And as I was taking the shot, it was a long exposure, maybe I think 30, maybe 40 seconds. The security guard that I know from down there, I've known him for a few years, actually came over and was about to turf me out until he realised who I was and said, "Oh, let's finish that one then, and then get cracking." So we've got, if I can angle you up there, got this nice big crane here, and then you've got a Spinnaker Tower. You can almost get a shot with the Spinnaker Tower there. I don't know if you can see it, being held by the crane. Sorry chaps. Now I'm going to be lighting this up a little bit, so I'm now still shooting for the mid-tones and the sky really, more than anything else. Let's get that to about there, and have a look. Zoom in. Obviously putting it out there, it's really good. And obviously it's a picture that's done absolutely to death. But yeah, let me show you the picture I was getting down here. It was actually quite a windy night, so I had to go for quite a long exposure. And just along from here, you can see the kind of effect I was getting. With the tripod, obviously I stood right here with the tripod, and the water had a lot of movement in it, so I went for a long exposure just to make sure. Look at that, that's really good. I might come back to this in a minute when the lights are all off. Got nice sky in there, so I've got one landscape, one. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. I did it with a, I think I was on a 24mm, so I got quite a bit of this in, but it wasn't so far away. Obviously on a 14mm, you end up being a fair distance away. Let's see if we're getting that sunset now, because even though there's cloud cover, there's a break in the cloud on the horizon, so it might get a nice sunset. Normally with this kind of situation, I'll be somewhere set up for a sunset and I'll be getting a time lapse. Clearly that's not going to be feasible tonight as I'm walking around. Now, I don't know about anyone else, let me just angle you up a bit. But I wouldn't want to go up in that. I mean, I've been up in the Shard, which is obviously the tallest building in the UK, but This one's got a glass floor on it, and it doesn't appeal to me, to be honest with you. I've got a bit of a problem with heights. I mean, even looking up at this thing gives me a bit of the, you see that? Gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies. Not a fan of, let's get a dead centre if we can, and it's, I mean, I'm used to doing this on 24 again. 24mm with this one would work probably a little bit better. Wouldn't necessarily get all of that in, but nice sky behind it, really nice. I love that. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to sit here with time lapse going on. I don't know if you can see this camera looking straight up, just in front of that first like panel. I don't know what you call it, on the belly. First panel on the belly there. You can see the glass floor just beside it. See that? I know it might be too far away from the camera. I don't know. But yeah, there's what the sun's doing at the moment. That's Gosport over there. The two towers at the front there is quite nice sometimes. I saw a contact me a few years ago when they used to do the fireworks down here. Said I might be able to use their window to look out of, but COVID hit and we never got any fireworks that year, if I remember rightly. But yeah, the sky's looking pretty damn epic. Just from this location, there's not really a lot to take a picture of. Let's see if we can find some leading lines around here. Let's see if we can do some more stuff with the Spinnaker Tower while we've still got a bit of light and I don't need to push my shutter speed too slow. Let's have a look. See if we can spin you up like that. Look. Again, now it's getting a little bit darker, so I'm slowing my shutter speed down a little bit more. Let's actually go. I'm going to go to the 1.8 and see what we can do there. Get some really nice funky stuff. Let's see what we can get from here. Let's see. It's a bit of a weird angle. Never really done anything like this from this angle before. It's kind of nice getting all of the. Don't like that bloody pole being there. Oh, I like this though. Oh, nice if we can. Yeah. Different. Bit like, oh, I don't like looking up at that thing. Let's have a look. See if we get. Yeah. It's kind of nice.
No, you're not going to do it.
I have to straighten these horizons out a little bit because I'm a bit wonky with my hands at the moment. That's quite nice. I like that. It's different. We are starting to get a good bit of colour in the sky. A little bit of orange, a little bit of magenta over there. Not bad. Let's have a look out here. See if we can't get. We're very wide. This is picking up pretty much everything. We've got a ship coming in as well. I don't know if you can see that. So we get some of the underbelly of Spinnaker Tower there. Can't get it all in, unfortunately. Let me see that. Let's go. Getting the sun come through. Let's try and get that sky. Look at the sun coming through the back there. You can see that. Can you see the sun over there? It's giving us a lot of Nice colour. And a ship is going to go in front of the sun. The A9 is very fast. Such a fast camera. You could put this into burst mode and get 30 frames a second, I think. Or, no, I like 24 frames a second, which is pretty much video if you're playing back fast enough. Let's have a look. See what. Kids getting in trouble over the shoulder. The lights starting to come on the spinning tower now. Look, I don't know if you can see that. So look, not quite dark enough to really see them, but when the sun goes down, it's going to be quite nice. We can actually go round. Yeah, I actually don't know if I want to leave the. Oh, we've got enough time. Let's go round. These lights up here look really nice. We can put something, you know, very flickery, but it's. I'm not sure about the flicker, but that's what we're getting there. Yeah, I like that. Leading lines around here looking pretty good. See if we can't get sunset up through here. I don't think we've got enough of the angle on it now. Sun's setting a bit further around to the other side. We do get some nice shots of top of Spinnaker Tower here and Nando's, if you like Nando's. Let's go that way. Yeah, I like that. Obviously got the lipstick building over there, which has lights that come on around the top, and obviously people live in there, so their lights come on too. And then you've got the shopping centre itself, which is quite a nice place to view. Let's go dead centre if we can. Yeah, shoot through there. See, that's actually quite nice. Let's go that way. A bit of depth of field in that one's quite nice. Need to straighten these up obviously, but it looks pretty good. It's quite nice. I've never been to Gunwharf. It's an outlet shopping centre, so often I can get some good deals around here. And lots of food eateries, Frankie Benny's, that kind of stuff. I've also got cinema. Obviously got the other side of the shopping centre coming down here. Like the walls here. There's some police presence down here too, which is who knows. It's nice. Let's see if we can get some colour in the sky maybe. From this other corner over here, so we get some of Gunwharf in, and the Spinnaker Tower's coming on behind it, the lights coming on. Five Guys, we've got the Hollywood Bowl. That's what you see is shooting for the sky again. I don't know if you can see that. This is most of Gunwharf now. Spin the tower around the back. Let's go from there, try and get rid of some of the distorted rooftops. And straighten up a little bit so I don't have to straighten it later. There we go. Let's have a look at some shots through some foreground interest. Remember, always use foreground interest as and when you can. It's look at that. The camera's gone on a weird angle, so it's 10 to 5. So sun should be setting around this kind of time. and we have zero colour in the sky. So we'll do a few more shots, we'll get some more bits and pieces, and then we'll have to get cracking back to the car because parking's going to run out. Round. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not even touching the surface with these shots. There's so many shots to be had from around here. It's crazy. Let's see if we can't incorporate some leading lines off the marina. Let's get. Okay. Let's go on here. Let's get there. Loads, I mean, there's just tons of leading lines. There's so much stuff to be had from. Yeah, that's the. I've certainly got to remember I'm handheld as well. We're losing a lot of light. I might have to start introducing a bit of ISO now, just so I don't have the issue with the longer shutter speeds and that causing problem with camera shake. You know, getting blurry images because your hands are shaking. Even the minutest amount of shake can cause your camera to do some wild things. We don't want that, so let's. Oh, this is actually really, really nice. I like this. Let's see if we can't get some kind of perspective in the foreground. Again, I'm using foreground interest, and the wood itself just lends itself to some really, really interesting perspective. Let's get right close to the ground. I'm going to angle my camera up ever so slightly, focus quite close, and boom. It's going to get the background out of focus, but it's actually going to give a really nice look. Yeah, so we've got a bit more of the Springer Tower in there. Those crazy skies, which are pretty awesome. We do have this bar in the top there, but we might be able to crop that out a little bit. I tend to do a 16:9 crop anyway, which might give us that crop factor. Let's go around over here. Let's see what we can't getting low to the ground here, because I love the reflections off the water's there's not a lot of wind, so the water's quite still, and the reflection of the lipstick building, if I shoot through there, look, potentially go through this way, I would do a tap focus at the bottom of the lipstick building there and go boom, and yeah, I like that too. I mean, I've got a little bit of, I mean, I'd crop into that anyway, but I've got the skies, got the reflection. I like it a lot. Got a lot of lights coming on, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Let's head on back round towards the car, make sure I don't get ticketed. I love Cafe Rouge. Look how good this looks. Look at Cafe Rouge there. Let's lighten this up a little bit. We can afford to go to about 1/50th, and you get a nice shot of Cafe Rouge. Look at that. Oh, really nice. Really good. Most of the kicks in, so I want to go a bit more central, and boom. Still got the skies. I'm still shooting for the skies, guys. If you're in any doubt, if you've got a camera that's maybe not so good with a dynamic range, again, this time of night you can bracket, maybe get two shots, one for the shadows, one for the highlights, and put them together in Lightroom later. You see the Spinnaker Towers coming on now. You can got a bit of reflection in the water down here, which is quite nice. You don't see too many reflections from this side, so we might be able to get a decent enough shot for the Spinnaker Tower. Let's go there and maybe get some of the smaller sky in. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, look at that reflection, really nice. I don't like what this thing is in the foreground here. Let's see if we can go somewhere where we don't have that. That's the kind of composition I want, so I'm using the wall of thirds, getting Spinnaker Tower on that kind of side. I've got the two lights, in fact, I don't like, because I've got a couple of lights on there right in front of the Spinnaker Tower, which I didn't notice before until I looked at my picture. Then if I move a little bit further over to about here, still get a shadow. Then we've got a pontoon out there, but let's have a look, see if we can take that one again and more sky in. Boom, that's better. So we've got the lights in on either side of the spinnaker tower. I don't know if you see that on the spinnaker tower there. I'll probably crop in a little bit from the right, put a spinning on the smaller third spinny. I like that. And such a nice place. But I really do need to start to make my way back to the car. Oh, look at a ship going out. Look at those skies, look. Let's darken those skies down just ever so slightly. We've got the nice ship. Let's go around here so we don't have that silly pontoon in. Let's see if we can't get that ship. I mean, I'm well far away. Look at that. Let's get the sky in. Boom. I'd crop in a little bit. If I had my A7R4 with me, I could crop in a lot, but look at the sky there, look, that's crazy. It's let's get that on there. And boom. There's a lot of blue in the sky on this. We've got the Victoria White is the big new, it's not new anymore, I think it's a couple of years old. But that's the big ship. Never really managed to get a picture of it from this side, so that'd be quite nice. Yeah, that's a big ship. That's a big ship. It's, I can get all of that in as well. Look at that, 14mm, I can get that whole ship in, front and back. Let's have a leading line over here, look. I'm using this as a bit of a leading line in my picture. I want to get that post out though. Let's go. Boom. Nice, I like that. Okay. I need to double time it really back to the car. I'm not going to double time it. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's a Sunday. The chances of traffic wardens being out and about are actually they're fairly high, to be fair, but not as much as they would be normally. So let's get on back to the car. On the other side, a bit more colour in the sky here, and obviously the spinnaker tower is now on. I'm now still shooting for the sky, but look at the reflections in the water there, and all the lights have come on. In the car park, we've got the boat down here, looks really cool. Obviously the tavern is now all lit up. We've got the boat in front of it, which is really nice, so we can see if we can't get a picture of that. Let's have a look. Let's go. A bit of foreground interest. Let's shoot through that actually. Let's have a look. Just shooting through that. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I like that. Hopefully I can bring up the shadows enough to get a little bit of get a little bit of detail back. Got another one here, look. Let's have a look at that one. That's nice. Let's have a look. See if we can't lift it up a little bit and boom. Might need to straighten that one. I think I was moving quite a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah. Racing the Victoria White is just leaving. Cars are being filled on it as I come round. Oh, I can see my car from here, it's behind us actually, but as I'm keeping an eye on it. And there she is, look at that. It's, oh, look at that sky, look. There's some really nice foreground interest here. In fact, I'm in the shadow. Let's, I don't know if you can see that. Let's put you there. Going for that sky, look at that sky, look. Beautiful. You can race her a little bit down here. It's obviously going away from us with a 14mm. You've got to imagine that further away she goes, the smaller she's going to get really quickly. You're still pointing up. That's good. Here we go. Look. Let's see. ever so slightly, and let's get boom, boom. Nice. Look at that sky, look. Okay. Oh, just popping down. This is the Spice Island on our left. Popping down to get a quick picture of the spinning tower. You have to remember that this is like street photography almost, although it's landscape slash seascape photography. I'm taking a lot of elements of street photography, so I'm running the gun. It's not really what I normally do, but I'm looking for the leading lines. I'm looking for the rule of thirds, you know, using those compositional elements that we kind of sometimes take for granted, but we're going to make the photography that much better. So I'm looking at things like having a very, very wide aperture, which means I can get the foreground even in focus and the background out of focus, or vice versa. Let's go something like that. In fact, let's go, you can't see what I'm doing here unfortunately, but it become clear I'm starting to having to introduce a little bit more ISO, so ISO is kicking in a little bit more, still using the leading lines. You can't quite see that, but I've got a little plinth there. I'll show you the pictures obviously, and things like this is brilliant because this is actually quite light. It's picking up a lot of the surrounding ambient light as well, so in the picture it doesn't look very bright in here, but I can brighten that up, get a bit more detail, and actually include it a lot more than you would. Obviously 14mm, I'm getting a lot of stuff in that I might not necessarily want. If I do that, I can get the spinnaker just out of focus, but it still be in focus enough to make sense. Let's go a bit more sky in because I like the sky. Let's do that. So the spinnaker tower is out of focus. I'm going to have to rejig the horizon slightly. Spinnaker tower is out of focus, but not out of focus enough that you don't know what it is. If that makes sense. You still want to have enough of it in focus that Hello, so I've just been talking away to my camera, which has now run out of battery for some time. I don't know when it ran out of battery, but there's a lot of information there that I was talking to it and you probably never got. So let me just go over what I've been saying in this last little stretch. I've been taking some pictures of a spinnaker tower from Spice Island, which is just behind me. Look, you can see that there. And I've been using this type of, this isn't my normal type of photography, so I'm a landscape photographer when I'm out doing this kind of stuff, normally seascapes, that kind of stuff. But introducing a bit of kind of street photography into this kind of mix is new for me. Obviously my main sort of focus with any kind of photography is the composition. So running and gunning and using the compositional elements that we've done today, the leading lines, the rule of thirds, is really challenging, to be fair. But having a decent setup like a 14mm like this makes it really easy, and I've got some really fantastic shots I'm really happy with. I'm sure once I've done a bit of editing, they're going to look amazing. You might see more images than I had video. That's because the video ran out. The batteries on these things, they kind of only last maybe like 45 minutes, something like that, and I did have it on kind of constantly. I don't know if I'm going to show you all that video, I don't know. We'll see. You might not want to see all of that video. But I had a good time. This is really good. I'm hoping you're enjoying the POV stuff. I'm going to do some more street stuff in and around various locations around Portsmouth. I might do some more stuff around London. I've got a London trip coming up. That would be awesome. I'm doing that as a workshop, so if you're interested in that, check the link in the description for my website, have a look. And yeah, having loads of fun. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please whack a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, please leave me a comment, because comments really do good for the algorithm too, and I'm happy to answer anything that anyone wants to find out about my photography and me, maybe. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell to get updates every time I upload a new video. And until the next one, I'm going to say good night. Take care. Bye.